Okay, everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at Shira David. And today we wish a lot of people refuah shalema, right? We wish, of course, Reb Chaim Menachem ben Leah, my dear Rebbe for many, many years, Baruch Hashem. And our good friend, our listener, Yishai Fleischer.
Yisha
Yaakov ben Zena Tziona should have a speedy recovery.
Amen.
Okay. Along with all of the Pitzuyim and everyone else in Klal Yisrael, and Hashem should show a lot of Rahmanis to the Chayalim and to the Chatufim, and bring them all home safely. Okay, we're learning in Likutey Halachos. Again, always we learn with Siyata D'Shmaya, of course. It's a very deep in Yanim. And we're in Hilchos Kriyas HaTorah. We're in Halacha Vav. And we're up to letter Chav Aleph today, which is 21. Okay, so yesterday we were learning the concept, of this review a bit. Tshuva, we said that when Moshe Rabbeinu met Hashem at the Sneh, yeah? And Hashem said his name is Ekya Asher Ekya, and he says Ekya again, right? So we said the first Ekya, when a person is the first level of tshuva, right? The first level of tshuva, we say we're sorry. So I thought about it yesterday. You said yesterday the translation for the word of pniya would be an ulterior motive, right? That's what you said, right? So I thought maybe I was thinking about that. Because really pniya doesn't mean ulterior motive, right? But I was thinking perhaps maybe you could look at it that way, where a person will do tshuva for an ulterior motive, right? I was thinking about it. A person thinks he's having a financial issue. All right, Hashem, I'll do tshuva now. Help me out. Right?
Better you should go do tzedakah.
Or the person, no, I understand. maybe you could say that, but that's a very coarse and very low way of looking at it, right? That's a very coarse and low way of looking at it, right? I mean, or a person says, I did this thing wrong. The angel of death is going to follow me now, so I better do tshuva, right? Maybe these are ideas of an ulterior motive, right? But the word pniya is it's a finer word than that. In other words, he's doing tshuva, but he doesn't really understand. He doesn't understand Hashem. He doesn't understand the situation. Do you follow me? It's a very... Do you hear what I'm saying, Yossi?
Pniya is opposite to straight.
Right.
Pniya is like leaning away.
Yeah, he's leaning away, but to say ulterior motives, I wanted to understand it, so I spent time thinking about it. Do you think that's right, Yossi? Do you agree with that? Anyone agree with that? Could be that's the reason for ulterior motive. The person has a health issue, so he figures I better do tshuva now, so then I'll get healed up. Or I need this deal to go through, so let me do some tshuva.
Instead of a pure motive, which is always what?
To get close to Hashem. I want to get close to Hashem.
I just want to be close to Hashem.
That's it. That's the whole point. Kirvas elikim li toiv. Right? The Torah says, Kirvas elikim li toiv. That's it. That's what's good for me. Right? But if I get sidetracked.
But that also could be like good for me. Yeah, it's already.
No, I understand. No. You're right. But again, what is okay? Right, but we still are physical beings. Yeah. That's what the Torah says. Kirvas elikim li tov. Right? That's what the Torah says. Those are the Torah's words, right? Kirvas elikim li tov. To me, it's good. That's what's good, right? And again, like you're saying, again, you're right. I have myself in the equation. That's what you're trying to say, right? Yeah. Okay. But okay, what are we going to do? Okay.
Even when we say, I want to get closer to Hashem, if we say that all the time, is that my motivation? I mean, it's like, I want to be closer with, so I call him on the phone, I have a relationship with him.
Right, that's what his motive is, right? If you want to know Hashem, you have to speak to Hashem.
But
right?
It seems like I question sometimes my own motivation. I do want to be close to Hashem, and I do enjoy it, and I want to learn, and I think ultimately I do it for myself too. Ultimately, I mean, in some way, it's in there.
Right. Well, I mean, you could tie this into Hanukkah also, right? You could tie this whole idea into Hanukkah. How do you tie this into Hanukkah? What was the whole idea of Aristotle and Plato, all these guys? They were very smart guys, right? And they said any mitzvah that we can't understand, right? That we don't understand, so then it doesn't make any sense. You don't do that, right? So they like, for example, mitzvahs of tzedakah. They didn't say you can't give tzedakah, because that makes sense, right? Nations will give tzedakah. Shabbos makes no sense.
No,
So don't keep Shabbos. You don't need no Shabbos. You don't need a bris milah. Why do you need bris milah? Hashem made the body like this, and what are you going to change it for?
very few mitzvahs make sense.
Right. They said we shouldn't have sukkah. They were against sukkah. They were against. They had to write on the shore. We had to write on the horn. Ein like chelik elika. You be Yisrael. Right. We had to write these things, and we had to put it on our doors. Right. We had to write it on our doors. Right. And so we were so upset about that we took our doors off. You know, there's crazy things going on. Crazy things going on. They didn't want it. So what did Hashem do? Hashem made a miracle with something physical that they couldn't explain. See, the Jews at that time were all Hellenists. They were going after the way of the Greeks, and they were going after that Greek philosophy, right? They were going after the Greek philosophy. So Hashem says, I'm going to make some kind of a miracle here that'll go against the whole premise of what their beliefs are. They're gonna find a jar of oil that they're gonna light. Now wait a second, why does oil light? Why does oil light, right? There's a Gemara, there's the story in the Gemara, right? The lady lit vinegar. And then, but the same God that says vinegar can light, the oil should light. What's the difference? What's the difference? And then here, Hashem made it that it lasted longer. So what was the miracle about that? That's again against nature. Nature says it was enough oil for one day. So then they said, wait a second, there must be something different than they're trying to feed us. There's something different here. Because by nature, it can only last for one day. Why did it last more than one day? You follow? There's something wrong with this.
And they knew it?
Who
They
knew
knew
it?
that we had oil that lasted longer because wasn't that in the menorah and hidden somewhere, or I don't know.
It was in the basic, but they found the fact that they found the Pach Shemen, that was a miracle by itself. Right? This is the famous question of the Beis Yosef, right? They had the oil for one day, so then why do we have 8 days, right? The famous question. And there were literally thousands of reasons and answers given on that, right? And the whole idea of the Greeks were, if they would only know that their idea was we shouldn't study Torah, right? They didn't want us to study Torah, right? That's why we weren't able to read Torah. That's where Haftorah came from, right? They said you can't read the Torah. So then we said, okay, we'll make a Haftorah. That's where Haftorah came from. We're going to learn that in Likutey Halachos now.
But we don't listen to Martians.
Huh?
We don't listen to Martians. They were Martians. We don't listen to them.
Martians?
Aristotle. You know, like a Martian, they always say if Martians came down and saw what we were doing, they would think we were like, what is this?
Right.
Dancing around.
No, we remember we learned about this premise when we were learning about Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, and we learned about the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that the Chazal at the time davened to annul the idea of the Avodah Zarah. Remember we learned about that, right? Hashem, with Chazal, they davened that Hashem should annul about. So what did Aristotle say? What did these guys say? There is no demons, there's no angels, there's nothing. If you don't see it, if I can't understand it, it doesn't exist. Right? Isn't that amazing? It's amazing, mamash amazing. But when we realize that it does exist, and then we want to come closer to Hashem, right? When we realize that it does exist and we want to come closer to Hashem, so then there's 3 levels of tshuva, right? The first level of tshuva is what? The first level of tshuva is I come back to Hashem. Even though I have my baggage with me still. I have all the baggage and I have all that stuff with me. Right? All the skeletons are still in the closet. All that stuff is there. I still have all of that stuff. But I'm coming back to Hashem. And then the second level is I come closer to Hashem because I realize how great Hashem is. Right? And I do tshuva for the right reason. And because I want to come closer to Hashem. And then the third level is the tshuva ala tshuva ala tshuva, and that's the purest of the three. That's the purest of the 3. And that's why we have 3 aliyot, right? And that's why we said that we when we read the Torah on Shabbos afternoon, we don't continue the next psukim on Monday morning, and we don't continue further psukim on Thursday morning. right? We go back. We keep going back, right? Every time we land by Mincha Shabbat, right? And then we read the same thing today. We read the same thing again today. And Thursday, right? Thursday and Shabbos morning, we read the same thing. We don't continue.
So the purpose
We
is
keep going back. 3 times, go back. Tshuva, ekya, ekya, ekya. Tshuva ala tshuva ala tshuva. Keep doing tshuva on the tshuva. Okay.
Interesting, on Hanukkah, when the leading of Hanukkah, you start from
Yeah.
Yom Gemet Mishkan.
Yeah, yeah.
And you look to Seder. You don't go back.
Mm-hmm.
You up to Ruvain, and the next day Shimon, maybe,
Right.
and then not Nasi, Rishon, Hashem,
Right.
Shlishi. And then you do on the 8th day. You go all the way to.
So we do the same thing. Wednesday. We do the same thing when it comes to Pesach, right? On Chol Hamoed. We read the day. Yeah, so we're reading the day again.
Right.
But okay, that's a unique situation. We're talking about on regular Mondays and Thursdays. That was the machlokes between Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Meir, right? Do you continue to go or do you not continue? We discussed that. Okay, let's go today. Now we're going to go on. Ata nucha loimer shebishvil zeh tiknu Rabbi Seinu zal lahaskel kol seder v'seder shalosh pa'amim b'chol shvua. Right? That's why the Chazal instituted that we read this Seder 3 times. We go over it again. Monday, by Shabbos, by Mincha, Monday and Thursday, 3 times. Da'ayne b'Shabbos, b'Mincha, b'Sheni, v'Chamishi. B'chol elu ha'sholosh pa'amim choizrim la'achareihem u'maschilin ha'seder mitchilasai. And each time we go back, that's why I gave you the introduction, right? That's why we keep going back and we start from that beginning again. We keep repeating it. We repeat it 3 times. Okay. When Shabbos comes, we go back again, but now we finish the whole parsha. Right? So Shabbos again, we don't pick up where we left off. Right? We go back to the beginning of the Sedra, right? Back to the beginning of the parsha, and then we complete it on Shabbos. Right, so during the week, we read at least, like we said, the 10 psukim, right? And then we do it on Shabbos by Mincha. Monday morning, Thursday morning, Shabbos, we read that again, and we complete the whole parsha. Right? Okay, so far so good. Okay. Okay, v'chein b'chol Shabbos v'Shabbos, and we do this every Shabbos to every Shabbos until we get to the end of the year and we finish the Sefer Torah and we start all over again. Tikvar mevaya shekriyas haTorah b'tzibur hu lahaskir la'oires ha'adam sheyaskir b'chol pamei chodesh sheikar kabbalas haTorah. Right? Because you always have to begin again, start anew. Like we keep learning this idea, right? You keep starting again. That's why we begin the Sedra again, because I have to start again. Every time I'm new, I'm a hischatshut. Every day there's hischatshut, there's something new. There's something special of the day.
Does he talk about anything like every year we go back to the beginning and start all over again?
Yeah, we're going to get to that. Okay, maschilin kol seder sholish pamim b'chol shvua. And that's why we begin the 3. The Seder, the order of the Psukim, we do that every time, every week. Keneged Shalish Pamim Ekya, as the 3 levels of Ekya, the 3 levels of Tshuva. So I do Tshuva the first day. I start, and I realize, okay, Hashem, I want to get close. Then I do Tshuva again, and I do Tshuva on that. Right? As the example that we gave. I didn't realize how great you are, Hashem. As I learn more Torah, I see how great the Torah is. I see how great you are, Hashem. I begin to understand it, and I have to make tshuva. This is the way I apologize to you, Hashem. I didn't even realize who I was apologizing to. I didn't realize. Right? And then, you understand?
Yeah.
Many times someone says they're sorry, they don't mean it.
Yeah, this is part of Torah Vav. Yeah?
Exactly. Yeah, wow, b'diuk. Wow. Wow, cry out Yeshua, right? Very good. Wow.
What did he say?
It's part of Torah Vav. He's on the money, the guy. Wow, see that? He's holding. This guy's good.
No.
Baruch Hashem. Wow. Okay. Shegila Shashem Yisbarach LeMoshe Tchilas HaGeula, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu revealed to Moshe Rabbeinu at the beginning of our Geula, right? The beginning. That was the beginning. That was the first meeting Hashem had with Moshe, right? That was the first. It was a long meeting, right? It lasted a whole week, right? It was a long meeting. It was a very intense meeting. a very intense. But this was the first meeting, and Hashem was setting up to do the Geula, to get us out of Mitzrayim. Sheikora, that's the main thing, Haya Matan Torah, the main point of the whole reason. We were in Mitzrayim to become the people who we had to become. We had to be broken to be rebuilt, to be able to accept the Torah. Right? Shehem Miramzim Shetrichin Lahaskil B'chol Pam Mechodesh. That's hinting to us that each time we have to start anew. Each time we have to start anew. V'zeh merames masha maschilin haseder shalish pamim b'chol pam v'choyzer maschilin oisei mechodesh keneged shalish pamim ekya. Right? The 3 times of ekya. Right? So you could connect this to what Rabbi Jacobson was saying yesterday. He was talking about his meeting with the Lubavitcher Rebbe, and he picked up and the Rebbe gave him a matzah. Right? He was a child, so a child's only supposed to get a prusa, a piece. Right? So the Rebbe was going through the pile of matzahs, and there was only whole matzahs. What was he going to do? He was hoping he would give him a whole matzah, but he didn't give him a whole matzah. He broke the matzah, and he gave him the piece. Right? And his whole talk was on that idea of why he broke the matzah, but really the broken matzah came from a whole matzah. Right? Mm-hmm. Right? The whole broken matzah, he showed it to him, and that was beautiful if you think about it, right? He showed him that. It wasn't that he just picked up a piece, that it's just that piece. He had a whole matzah, he broke it, and he gave him the piece. So this came from a whole matzah. It's really, really deep. It's if you think it through, it's really Meridik what the Rebbe did. It's mamish Meridik. He showed him that it's really one whole thing. So here we're saying the ekya is a half, broken. I'm broken 3 times, and then I have the whole one. That's why we have 3 matzahs. Right? 3.
After that, after coming home from Rabbi Jacobson, so discussing with my wife in the Kotzker, he says, "Ein davar yoter shalem lev shabur."
That's right.
Yeah, that's easy.
There's nothing greater than a broken heart, right?
There's nothing more.
Leiv nishbav et kelikim leitivzer, right? A person has a broken heart, right, and he feels broken because of his difficult. Hakadosh Baruch Hu, that's very precious to Hashem. Very, very. What?
You found the right guy.
Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. The Rebbe, he knew that. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. It was all hashkacha pratis that he had a box that was only whole matzahs, right? Like he said, that was a nace by itself. Right? Where do you get a whole box that there's only whole matzahs? It's almost that's a dove pella right there, right there. Okay, anyway. And then we start again the Shabbos haba, the whole Sedra. We do the whole Sedra on Shabbos, and we complete it. Right? All the beginnings, all these 3 beginnings gives me the ability to go forward to finish the Sedra. I start again and again and again, and now I have the wherewithal in order to be able to plunge through to finish the whole Sedra. Then I can come in and I can finish, I can complete the Sedra B'Shleimus. Isn't that beautiful? It's so beautiful to understand what we're doing, right? On Shabbos, we just take it for granted. They take out the Torah, they read the whole Sedra. They read it, okay. But people don't think about it. It's just part of the thing. Oh, they tell you, turn to page 66, and today we're reading this Sedra today, and here we go. And they read it. But now we're understanding. Where does this come about? Because again, I start again, and I start again, and I start again. And then by doing that, I have the ability to complete. Ki leis reusa tava des avid. Wow, that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. There's no good thought that's ever lost. Look at these words. They're the words of the Zayid. It's unbelievable words, right? Ki leis reusa tava, right? Des avid. Nothing ever goes wrong. There's no ruts and nothing that I ever want to do is ever lost. Right? You understand that?
No, what does that mean?
That means anytime you have a good thought, anytime you say a good word, it's there. It's always there for you. It's always there. It doesn't go to waste. Never a person should think, I do this mitzvah today, I say this kapitel to Hillim today, what's it going to make a difference? Yeah, it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference. If I do this mitzvah, I don't do this. It makes a very big difference. It makes a big roshim. It does, because everything counts. Everything counts. Like Mikol Shekain, Oiv the Vasiya Toiva Sheoisen, Bechol Pam Maschilim B'Avodas Hashem, Kulam Miskabrin Umiskapsin Le'ezrosei. Look at that. All of those things that you did, they'll get together, and they'll be collectively gathered together, and they'll be there to help you. The time you start again, every time you do another mitzvah, all of those things get together, and they become very powerful, right? They become very, very powerful, right? They become very powerful because you take all the individual ones and you put them all together. You understand?
From the beginning, each time.
You keep starting again. Each starting that you did, each time you started again, they all get together. They all join forces. They all join the forces together in order to be able to plunge forward to read the whole set. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's good. Okay.
He didn't say anything about bad thoughts.
Huh? Well, bad thoughts also will do the same thing.
They also never get lost.
Well, if you don't fix them, right? If you don't fix them, right? If you don't fix them, then they'll yeah.
It's still positive, all right.
No. So yes, okay. You brought it up, so let's talk about it.
Is there a comment like that? Does he say?
Well, we spoke about that. We spoke that a mitzvah gereres mitzvah,
Right.
avera gereres avera. So the bad thought brings the person down and further away from Hashem, right? And all of those averas that he did together will push him even further away. The same way over here, of course, this is better. All these good things together come to push him closer to Hashem. The other ones will bring him away from Hashem. Right? Right? I mean, does that make sense? Right? I mean, I think we all had different situations in our lives, and we could all relate to these ideas, right? We can all relate to these ideas, different things, we have different circumstances we found ourselves into. Certain times we found ourselves getting closer to Hashem, and sometimes we found ourselves distancing from Hashem, right? I mean, that's part of life. And if a person says he never felt that, I don't think he's thinking, right? The person's not paying attention to his life. He's just going through life. He's not thinking, right? It's impossible that somebody doesn't go through these levels, right? Like we said, the Baki Bishav, Baki Berotzi, Baki Bishav, right? You have to. This is part of life. Aliyah and you read this, but remember, every year read is only the tzorach the Aliyah. Every time we go is down. Okay, but let's go stick to the lesson now. Until the person will be able to start serving Hashem the way he's supposed to, right? The more the person puts in, the more you put in, you'll start to see. You'll start to see that you become more attuned to how to serve Hashem and what it means, and you'll see the beauty in serving Hashem, rather than being a chore. Right? Most people think serving Hashem is a chore. I have to get up in the morning. Checklist. Okay, I put on my tzitzis. I put on my talis. I said Shema today. Yes, and I answered up. And hey, okay, I did all these. Okay, good. Next, now I got to go to work. Right? It's no different. It's like going to work. It's another thing. But really, Avodas Hashem is really who we are. That's natural for us, right? It becomes natural for us because that's who we are. We're supposed to serve Hashem. You understand? The problem is we have all this other stuff that we think is more important, so we never really serve Hashem the right way that we're supposed to. But if we start again each time, we keep starting again. And we say, Hashem, I'm going to start again today. And that starting again, remember, it's in your bank. It's there, and it's being compounded. It's compounding interest, right? It's getting interest, right? And it's getting together until the balance grows. I'm trying to make it something physical that we can understand, right?
All together, they're very strong. And by one is like nothing.
That's right.
This here is super strong.
There you go. That's called an aguda.
Yeah, here's just...
Each string, right. That's why they can't break it. That's why you have to be an aguda achas, right? See what he's doing? He's playing with the tzitzis. That was shazur. When we learned that the tzitzis has to be shazur. Remember when that has to be wound. Shazur wound. It has to be wound. So he's unwinding it. When you unwind it, it's nothing. You could tear that string easily, right?
One little hair.
You could tear that string easily. There we go. There we go. When you put it together, excellent mushroom. Wow, excellent mushroom for the name. Okay.
We also give inspiration to others. I mean, when they see that we start each time, and we mitkabetzim together, then they see and then we are force each other to restart, to start again.
That's right. You know, when you do something, someone else sees you, and they see your motivation. So they say, what's he on? Oh, he drank the Kool-Aid, right? They get the expression, right? It's amazing.
What's the Kool-Aid?
30, it's 28, 30 something years ago. I don't remember how long. It's a long time ago, right? So I told some of my friends, I'm gonna go to Eish Kodesh. They said, oh, you drank the Kool-Aid? You got it, yes? You know what it is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It says something about them when they say
Oh,
something.
Kool-Aid.
Like
They say about Kool-Aid in there, yeah.
well, even,
there was this guy. He made everyone drink Kool-Aid.
Right. Yeah. It was good Kool-Aid.
Yeah, delicious. 930 of them they drink.
yeah.
שזה בחינס מה שאחרי אלו השלוש פעמים משכילים סדר מתחילוסי בכל פעם. And that's why we start again each time. We start again each time. It's not stam that we start each time. It's something very special that we start again. Ve'ein goymin, I said. We don't finish it. But we started and we stop. We started and we stop. We started and we stop. But then the fourth time, after the ekya, then Hashem said yud kei vav kei. That's the completeness. Right? That's why in the meeting with when he met Moshe Rabbeinu, he said Hashem Elokei Avaseichem Shalachani. Right? Remember he said it right? It was at the end. It was Hashem Elokei, right? Shalachani sent me here. That's who it is. Yud Kei Vav Kei. Okay.
So you get the chazakah.
You get the yes.
Monday and Thursday, and then you have a chazakah, and then you
And
can,
you can go, yes. There we go. Excellent. Anyway, in Goymin I say Achaka, Maschilin I say B'Shabbos, V'Goymin I say Kichein Adava B'Avodas Hashem, Shu B'Chinas Kabbalas HaTorah. That's how it is when we serve Hashem. Right? Everything is like that. In other words, you have to just come back and again and start again and start again. It's so empowering that we could do this. We really can do this. We could start again each time. We could be new people each time. The same way Kabbalah Satorah. Each time we read from the Torah, it's another Kabbalah Satorah. Okay? Okay, let's go on to Chav Beis. Okay, V'chol zehu b'chinas shir pashit kafel meshulish meruba. Shu nigan HaKadosh, right? We're talking about the Yud Kei Vav Kei, right? Yeah. So then the Yud Kei Vav Kei, we say there's the shir pashit kafel meshulish meruba. Right? What does that mean? We'll review it one more time. That the shir pashit is the Yud Kei, is just the Yud of Yud Kei Vav Kei, right? Kafel is Yud Kei. Meshulish is Yud Kei Vav. The fourth one is Yud Kei Vav Kei together equals what? 72. Bidiyuk. Excellent. Right? You go back, you go back to the beginning, exactly. שזויכן על ידי בחינס קבלת התורה, שהוא בחינס נבואה, שנמשך על ידי התיקונים המבואים שם, that come through the tikkunim, as we explained more about this in lesson 6, which is currently Yeshua. כי שיר פשט כפל משולש מרובה, הוא בחינס שם הוויה, ברוך הוא באחריים. Ba'acharayim. What's ba'acharayim mean? He's going to explain. Shekois v'ntchila hayud. You write first the yud. Ba'achar kach yud kei. Ba'achar kach yud kei vav. Nimshe shechoizim b'chol pam la'achorav l'tchilas Hashem. So I keep going back. Right? I have yud. Then I go back to the yud and I add a vav. Right? Okay. Right? Hey. And then I go back to the yud and I add a k and a vav. Then I go back to the Yud Kei Vav Kei, right? So I'm always going back, Lacharayim, I'm going back. V'zeh b'chinas ma shechoizim b'chol pam maschilim mechodash v'chei mevay b'toy v'yesav elikim v'simen samach beis, right? Lesson 62. in Chelik Aleph Sha'aschola b'chol pam ze bechinas Hashem shekoisvin b'acharayim. Each time I'm starting again is the same system, right? That's how we get to Shabbos. This is connected to Kriyas HaTorah, right? Because I do the first three, and then I only get the complete name of Hashem on the fourth time around. Got it, right? In other words, I have an incomplete name for the first three times. The fourth time, I get a complete name.
On Shabbat.
That's Shabbat, exactly. Excellent.
I don't understand what it means by the Torah corresponds to prophecy, it says here.
The Torah is prophecy. Wait a minute, it's not the Torah. The Torah is prophecy. The Torah is a prophecy that Moshe Rabbeinu got from Hashem. The Torah is prophecy. It's not that it corresponds to it.
I'm not getting it.
Why would you say that the Torah corresponds to it? It is prophecy.
Torah is prophecy. I don't know what that means. How is it prophecy?
How is the Torah prophecy? Okay, Moshe Rabbeinu heard the Torah exactly word for word from Hashem. And Moshe Rabbeinu wrote it down word for word as Hashem told it to him. Mm-hmm. So when Hashem tells him something, it tells any human being something, that's called a prophecy.
So it's telling us how to live life. Is that what the prophecy is?
The Torah tells you how to live life.
Right.
But the Torah itself, the words of the Torah, the words in the Torah is a prophecy. You don't understand that.
I know what a prophecy is. I'll get it later, maybe.
No. A prophecy is when you have a person that's hearing something from God.
Yeah.
And he records what God told him.
Okay.
That's a prophecy.
That's prophecy. Okay.
He records God's information, not his own. No, right.
So it's not a matter of whether I'm predicting the future, like we think about.
No.
That's what was tripping me up.
No.
Okay.
No, the prophecy may be the future.
Right.
What Hashem tells him may be the future. That may be so.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, we have that, right? The Navi Zechariah, right? The Cheskel, okay, that could be all. That's all for the future. But Moshe Rabbeinu is writing the Torah. That's our life. That's the Torah.
All right. So this is a crazy thought because I'm getting it from Moshe, and I'm learning the Torah from Moshe, and I'm writing it down. Am I writing down prophecy? And indirectly, it is coming from God through Moshe.
Why do you have to write it? You don't have to write it. It's rewritten. Why do you need to write it? You're reading it. You're reading the prophecy. You're studying the prophecy. And then you read the words of the psukim and you see the prophecy in the words. And when you recognize what I'm reading is a prophecy, so then it's interesting. Wait a second. So let me see what I can find in here. There are treasures buried inside these words. Let me find these treasures that are in there. Right?
Okay.
That's the excitement that a person can have when they're studying Torah.
Chidush.
Chidushim, yeah.
Chidush is a kind of a prophecy.
A chiddush is he revealed something that's from the revelation. Yes, there you go.
Revelation is a prophecy. Too.
Okay. Shu bechina shia pashet kafel meshula shu yud kei vav shebechol elu hashalosh pamim chayzim lacharayim tilosei ve'ein goyimim Hashem. We don't finish the shame, and that's how it is. That's how it is during the week, right? Yes.
We don't finish the shame when, like during when.
Okay, so
I've seen this kind of broken down.
Okay, so let's explain it. Let's explain it, right? Let's explain it. So when you read the Torah on Shabbos by Mincha, that's the Yud, Shia Poshet. Monday morning is the Yud K.
Fine.
Thursday is Yud K Vav, not complete yet.
Yeah.
Akam Shabbos is Yud K Vav K.
Oh, Shabbos day.
Shabbos day.
Mincha is Yud.
Right, Shabbos morning. Shabbos morning, when we read the whole parsha.
Yeah.
That's Yud Kei Vav Kei. That's
What's Yud? Mincha?
Mincha.
Shabbos. Got it.
Yes.
That's that. Okay. Because sometimes the breakdown in Kabbalistics sitters,
Yeah.
you know, when they have that name, they'll do something like this also.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You'll see, and then
This
the next
basic stuff. Yes, this is very basic what we're learning.
Basic.
No, really, in
Yeah.
Kabbalah, this is very, very basic.
Yeah.
Right? We're not going deep into it. It's just going to the base to understand how the name is broken down. How can you break down the name to get to the 72?
Yeah.
And we learned that, right? That's the shear. That's the shear of La'asid when Mashiach is going to come. That's the shear Chodesh that we talk about, right? David HaMelech writes the shear Chodesh. What's the shear Chodesh? The shear Chodesh is when Mashiach comes, and we're going to have this song with this with the harp that has 72 strands connected to the Yud Kei Vav Kei, which is Pashit Kafel Meshulish Meruba. Okay. Got it? Okay? Okay, here we now. Yeah. Be'achikach. Maschilin oisai v'goymim shu bechinas meruba shu shema v'haya b'shleimus. Here we go. That's the v'haya b'shleimus. Shabbos by day. Right? Yud Kei Vav says, zeh bechinas she'achikach bepam ha'revi shu Shabbos haba maskil haseda v'goymim. Now you understand it, Yossi? That's why we only finished the parsha on Shabbos morning. Because that's the full shame of Hashem Yud Kei Vav Kei in its fullness, and therefore you can read the entire full parsha. Got it? Okay. Lebechinas Kabbalah Satar B'Shleimer Shu Shemay the Kutcha Brichu. As we know that all the words in the Torah are all names of Hashem, right? Shal Yedei Zeh Nishlam Hashir Vanigun, and then you can finish the song, which are the words, and the nigun is the trup, the tune that we read the Torah with. Shehu shir pashet kafel meshulish meruba ki pashet kafel meshulish nimshach b'sholish pavim shekaru kaidim Shabbos. Right, the three names, the three letters of Hashem's name, Yud Kei Vav, right, coming as Yud first, then Yud Kei Vav. That's all Shabbos Mincha, Monday and Thursday.
So we're saying in the beginning of the Siddur, we're going to unify Hashem's name.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we do it during the week.
No,
I'm unifying the name by the time we come to Shabbos.
No. This is something. Okay, no.
I know
So
it's different.
No. You're talking about now. When you say l'shem yichud before you're doing any mitzvah, right? Before you're putting on your talit, you're putting on your tzitzit, or you're gonna do any kind of mitzvah. You say l'shem yichud kutcha brichu. Ushchinte, right? So we spoke about that, right? Let's do it again. L'shem yichud kutcha brichu. That's the vav. That's the vav of Yud Kei Vav Kei. Ushchinte is the last hey. Shchin is the last hey, right? B'dechilu urechimu, right? With fear and love. B'dechilu urechimu, right? With love and fear. That's the Yud Kei. Yak l'shem b'Yud Kei b'Shleim Kol Yisrael, and then that's how I can make the name Sholem when I take Kutcha Brichu, the Shechina, and I do that in a way of fear and love of Hashem. Then I make a unification of the Yud Kei Vav Kei by doing any mitzvah. Okay, but here we're talking about now during the week. How come we only read three? We read a small segment on Shabbos by Mincha, a small segment Monday, a small segment on Thursday, but Shabbos we can read the whole thing. Now we understand that? Mm-hmm. Okay, most people would not know if you told this over to someone, they'd say, "Wow, I have no idea. I never heard of this."
And this is only one level of it.
No, but it's amazing to understand how it works, right? Okay, that's the way, the Seder of this week, the week that we're in. Oh, now I start reading the next week. Look at that. That's all this past week, right? Like now we're reading Miketz, right? So when we finish Miketz, when do we start at Miketz? Vayechi. We end the Torah. We're ending the Torah, the Chumash, right?
It's all connected. It's a constant circle.
Exactly till we get to Simchas Torah. That's what we're going to get to now.
Oh well, he'll get
Yeah, we're gonna.
even then, you're going to tell the comp team. That's you're right.
Oh, okay. Okay, v'seida hasheni u'misnagim by the whole Shabbos ad shegoyim kol hashana kol haTorah kula mibereishis ad le'enei kol Yisrael. Yes, you see the umechavin to the next word. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing, right? Shakol lahamshich emunas chiddush olam b'chol olam kulai. Right, to the whole world. We have to have this chiddush olam to the entire world, and it's such a beautiful. Let's just see if we can finish this. Oh, it's late.
Even at simplest Torah. So
What?
Even at simplest Torah. So when you finish, you start Bereshis. You only read the first parsha. That's instead of the mincha.
That's the mincha. Yeah, that's right. Right. Okay, so let's just finish a few more lines. Right now, I finished reading I go through the whole system. I did this every week consistently. Every week I started again and I started again. I finished and I started. I finished. I start again right away to Bereshis. Right, I read Le'enei Kol Yisrael. They put that Sefer Torah away. They do the reversed Hagbah. And then they put the Sefer Torah, that one down. They take out the next one. They read Bereshis Bar Elikim. Ki chein hadavar shetzrichim b'chol dar v'dar b'chol shana v'shana b'chol shvua v'shvua b'chol yom v'yom lahaschel ha'Torah v'kama pabim tzrichim lahaschel v'ein goyim. We start again and I don't complete. And I have to realize that. And that's beauty in that. There's beauty in the fact that I can't always complete something. Because I have patience I have patience. Hashem wants us to have patience. You understand? You're not going to finish it right away. But start again. Do it again. It's new again. Start again. And then you'll finally get it. If you keep working at it persistently, you'll get it. This is what the Torah is showing you. You started once, twice, and 3 times. Right? They tell us 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strike, and you're out. No, here's one bat, and then you have a grand slam. Right? You get a single, a double, and a triple. There we go. You see that? Push it.
So I curious,
Home run.
the question will be the kavata etzim letuna, right? So did you do it personally?
Oh, okay. What's it? V'chol zeh kolo b'shalish pavim ekya v'achar kach shegoyim kefi hagamar kein zoichin liyachet shem havaya baruch hu shesham ikra tikun. That's the whole tikun. Okay, this is a fascinating lesson. We should really review this again tomorrow because really to understand how the whole Seder of Kriyas HaTorah is. Rav Nassim really gave it us so beautifully over here, that that how we start again, and it's showing us, we're going to do one quick halach in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Today we're up to 22, David?
It builds faith.
Yeah, builds
Also,
faith.
it
Yeah.
builds faith.
We're up to 22?
Unbelievable.
22. Mi she'ein loi tefillin v'tziba mispalin. Well, a guy comes to shul, he doesn't have tefillin. Right, and the tefillah, and the davening, right? Whatever, he realized he forgot it at home, or he's they're at the sofa, he's getting them checked, whatever the case is. Mutav sheyisakev ad la'achar tefillah tzatziba lisha le'tefillin me'achar. So wait till they finish davening. Answer Amen Yehishmei Rabbi. Answer everything. Do everything with them, but don't daven. Don't say Kriya Shema. Don't say the Shmon Esrei. Sit there, answer everything, do everything that you can. Answer the Kaddish and okay. Kidei sheyikra Kriya Shema v'yispalo Shmon Esrei b'tefillin. So therefore you'll be able to say the Kriya Shema and you'll say the Shmon Esrei while you're wearing your tefillin. That's so special. To wear your tefillin then. Mima sheyispalo imatziba beloy tefillin. Then if you're davening to tefillin, then you're davening with the tziba without tefillin. But let's say the guy came, he didn't come to the Nates minyan, and he showed up at the 8:10 minyan, the sleepyhead minyan. Right, he came to that sleepyhead minyan, and it's right close. Wait a second, and it's very close to the Zman Kriya Shema. Right, because that's very close to Zman Kriya Shema. Now, if he's going to wait till they finish davening, right, till they finish davening, and then he's going to put on his tefillin and say Shema, then he's going to miss the Zman, then he's going to be mevatel the mitzvah. So what does he do? Kairei Kriya Shema b'lei tefillin. So then that guy that comes to the late minyan, he has to daven and say Kriya Shema without the tefillin. Why? Because he doesn't want to miss the mitzvah of Kriya Shema. If you read Kriya Shema after the Zman, you don't count for reading Kriya Shema. Yes, it's good. And a person, Chas v'Shalom, who misses the Zman Kriya Shema, he should still say the Kriya Shema. For sure, he should still say it, but you don't get the credit of saying Kriya Shema within the Zman.
But can I do that? You talked about, saying the Shema in a sense whenever we want.
Yeah, this is talking about the mitzvah of Shema in the morning.
Right. So, but
now you not for Torah, not to connect. You're just trying to do your mitzvah. Okay. So that's it. We have to do it before the Zman of Kriya Shema.
I understand, but so if I say the Shema without when I wake up in the morning and pick up the shower, whatever, and I say the Shema, that's not meeting the mitzvah. I have to do the mitzvah with the minyan and before that time. What if I do before?
No, you can say Shema before. It's no problem. But here we're talking about.
No, but am I making the mitzvah? If I
you're not. You're not doing them. You're
not doing the mitzvah.
No. If you're coming close to the Zman, you're getting credit for reading Kriya Shema. There's no question about it. But here we're talking about that the person needs to say Kriya Shema within the time frame. And he should be wearing his tefillin. You should try to do that. We should never run into that problem because you put on your tefillin at the earliest zman that you can, and then you say Shema at the earliest time you can. So there's never a problem. That's not your problem. Here we're talking about a guy that goes to the later minyan. That's coming to that section where he may miss the Shema. So what does he do? Wow, he's coming to the. He's in the late minyan. He's davening at the 9 o'clock minyan. Although now in New York they have 10 o'clock minyan and have a 10:30 minyan and 11 o'clock minyan. Mispalel gam kain. He should daven also kishiyimsa achar kach tefillin yanicham bebrachas after he finds his tefillin, because you're allowed to still put on the tefillin with brachas during the day, right? You're not allowed to wear tefillin at night. But so long as it's during this daylight hours, the guy can put on his tefillin. Right. So he makes the blessings on the tefillin, right? Yanich bebracha, right? Tefillin. Okay, sheyimsa avim yisrael Hashem is about to go. Okay, sheyimsa la'achar tefillin yanach bebrachas v'oimer behem eze mizma or yispalo behem mincha. Or daven mincha with your tefillin on. You see that sometimes. See, sometimes people wear their tefillin at mincha time. You ever see that in shul? Guy puts on his tefillin. Sometimes they're putting on Rabbeinu Tam tefillin. Yeah. Right? Sometimes they're putting on the davening mincha with Rabbeinu Tam tefillin.
For some reason you missed.
But if he was on a plane or whatever it is, and he just landed and he didn't have a pair of tefillin on the plane, whatever. I'm going to give you an example. It could be, right? Or the guy was not feeling well. And he was sick, and whatever it is. So then at least put on the tefillin and say some tehillim, or if you could have a mincha, it's even better. That's even better with the tefillin on, because again you're saying Shmona Esrei with the tefillin. That's the special thing. Because if you'll say Shmona Esrei with the tefillin. Okay, Avalayla, but let's say it comes, the guy gets off the plane or he gets up and it already was after Shkia. Right? It was late. It's night. Lav zman tefillin hu. That's not the zman tefillin. Ve'oser lanicham balayla. It's also to put on your tefillin at night. You can't wear your tefillin at night. That's why we have the zman in the morning, when it tells us the earliest time you can put on the tefillin. Right? Because otherwise it's considered night. Chazal tell us you're not allowed to put on tefillin at night. It's a mitzvah of the day. It's not a mitzvah of the night. Right? Okay. Mutter likach tefillin min shel chaverei gam sheloi b'diyosei lanicha levarech aleha. How do you like that? Remember we learned that, like he says now, K'moshe kosa b'simin shelifnei b'sif yud aleph linyan talis. Right? He learned in Hilchas Tzitzis. Here we go. You come to shul. Right? There's no one at the shul. There's no one there. You don't have a pair of tefillin. Right? You come to shul. It's not one of these shuls that they lock the shul. Right? The shul's open. Right? The shul's open, right? You walk in and you don't have your tefillin. So what do? Oh, so you see your friend has a pair of tefillin, his talis bag there with his talis and his tefillin. So you could take out his talis, you could take out his tefillin and put them on. You could take out the person, even if you don't ask him. Why? Because we say that really a person is happy if his items can be used for a mitzvah. Right? Why you don't like that idea?
I like it.
Right? No.
I'm just pulling my ass.
No. It's a beautiful idea, right? You have the tefillin, you have the talis, so you can let someone else benefit by you having the talis and the tefillin. So that, like we learned the same idea with talis, it works with tefillin as well. Okay? Any questions?
Yeah, because I want to see if I understand. So what we're supposed to do is say the Shema with the tefillin and the Amida with the tefillin.
Yes, sir.
And we can do that at mincha time. Well,
No. You can't wait to mincha to say Shema. If you're putting on, if you're putting on Rabbeinu Tam tefillin, then you can wait till mincha.
no.
But
in
and
this
you can
context-
say Shema again.
But in this context, he's saying say Shema and the Shemona Esrei, even if you don't have tefillin, if you feel you're going to miss the time.
If you're going to miss the time of tefillah, right? If you look on the luach on the schedule,
I know the
it
time.
tells you there's a time, a soif zman kriya shema, soif zman tefillah. Right, soif zman tefillah is the last time you can say Shemona Esrei. That's tefillah.
Right.
The last time you can say Shemona Esrei. So if he's teetering on those times,
Right.
then he should rather say the Shema with the community without his
Without
tefillin.
tefillin, right.
Say the Shemona Esrei with the community without his
tefillin,
tefillin.
yes.
And then after they finish davening, they put on the tefillin again.
Say it again.
And then he could say
and
Shema
Amida.
again. So long as it's, absolutely. He could say Shema for sure. He could say Shema as long as he's wearing the tefillin during the day, you're allowed to say Shema again. Absolutely. With the tefillin on.
And he says the Shemona Esrei again.
No, you did not repeat the Shemona Esrei. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But then he doesn't do the Shemona Esrei with tefillin.
He doesn't do the Shemona Esrei with the tefillin, but he could say the Shema with the tefillin. You can't make a blessing again. You can't make the blessings again. Very good that you said that. No, you do not say the Shemona Esrei. No. He said the Shemona Esrei already. You can only get one time to say the Shemona Esrei. You can't say it multiple times.
But that's why I'm saying, could you do it at mincha and wear your tefillin then?
He can do it at Mincha. And he could wear it during that Shemona Esrei. Because he didn't say it yet.
He
He didn't daven Mincha yet.
Right,
So then he could put on the tefillin.
with the blessing.
But if he did this in the morning and he said the Shemona Esrei, he can't put on this tefillin and then say Shemona Esrei again. Okay, we understand? Okay.
Okay, you're saying I can't say the blessing again. So if I put on the blessing if I put on my tefillin after davening, and I said the Shema without it because the time was going to pass.
Yes, sir.
Then I say the blessing and I put on tefillin and I say the Shema.
Yes, sir. That you can do.
That I can do. But then the rest of it, when I come to mincha, can I put on the tefillin at that time and say the blessings for the
You
tefillin?
can put on tefillin again if you
With
want
the blessing.
to. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Blessing on the tefillin, not the.
On the Rashi, tefillin only. You don't make the blessing on the Rabbeinu Tam tefillin.
Yeah, that I know.
Okay, there we go. Okay, everyone have a wonderful day. Thank you, everyone. We should all hear Besorah Tovot, Kol Tov, everybody.
Okay.